Welcome to a 2000 point battle report of 40k. We have the Iron Warriors versus Genestealer Cult and Tyranids allies. These two armies have gone up against each other a number of times in the past, so it's a bit of a grudge match. The last three outcomes were very even, one win on either side and an actual draw on one of the 8 Fall Path tournaments. And what we have today is slight change, especially to the Tyranid list, where I'm trying some of the Blood of Baal material, for example bringing in 3 exocrines with the Chronos detachment and trying to use some of the new shenanigans with the exploding hit psychic power and ability to counters remaining stationary if I pay a command point. So let's see how all of that plays out. Plus, for the first time, the Tyranid list will have no Genestealers as part of it, which is unusual because I'm usually rocking 30 or 40 Genestealers. So let's see how that goes down. Should be a good match. The Iron Warriors will also be trialing a newly added unit in the form of a large group of Terminators with Storm Bolters and Chain Axes for that tasty -1 AP. So let's see how they fit into this army. The mission today is Maelstorm of War, 6 objectives and critical objective. What that means is you can shuffle cards back from your discard pile into your deck, and you can pick 5 cards at the start of each turn and decide to play 3 of them, which are live for that player turn. And the deployment style is Hammer and Anvil, with the Iron Warriors going in as the attackers and the Cult being the defenders. So the fluff is the 4-armed Emperor Cult have sprung an insurrection which is being disrupted by an Iron Warriors party who have shown up to ruin their day. But luckily, the Chronos High Fleet was in the vicinity, so they've deployed some heavies to counter the Disco Lord and some of the deep striking obliterators and the Terminators. So let's see how that goes down. Warriors, you start with the obliterators, the cultists, 2 Helldrakes, which are going to be really threatening, 6 squads of Marines, just stock standard, a Demon Prince, rerolls. There's another Lord, rerolls. There's a character in the background to heal the vehicles, 2 Disco Lords, 1 is a Warlord, a group of 9, 10 Bikers I think it was, as well as a squad of 10 Terminators with Chain Axes and Storm Bolters, as I mentioned. So starting with the Tyranid detachment, I have, for the troop choices, 2 squads of Termagants, 1 squad of Rippers. I have 3 Exocrines. The 2 other models will be proxies. Then I have a Neurothrop and a Hive Tyrant. The Hive Tyrant is a proxy here because I don't have the wings on him. So he's actually got sighting talents and twin Death Splitters. I'm just using a proxy. Mr. Cult characters, I've got a Patriarch, he's my Warlord. I have a Primus. Then I've got a Clamovus, who helps with the charges. I have a Sanctus with a Relic Rifle to do the mortal wounds. I have a Icon Ward, and then I have a Galamorph with the triple shooty guns, and then Magus with a minion next to him. Okay. Ooh, where is he getting away? Back here. Hey, alrighty. So from a troop choices point of view, I've got 6 troops. The main detachment has a group of 14 Acolyte hybrids, which have 4 Rock Swords. So these are the newly painted Rock Swords. Some are still in development. So 4 Rock Swords, and everyone else has just the Raining Claws and the Cultist Knives, and the whole squad has Hand Flamers as well. So I have 2 of those set up, and then I have a second squad which is 20 acolyte hybrids, and they have no rock swords, but they all come with hand flamers. So these ones could potentially be doing the deep striking. So they're proxy models, but they look good, so I'm just going to use them for this fight. And then I have 3 spots of straight off neophytes. So these neophytes have obviously come from some recently converted Imperial Guard regiments. So let's see what they can do for the real Emperor. And then the good guys. So lots of Marines on this side. Doing a bit of deep strike denial. Core group of bikers, some cultists, more Marines. Backed up with a character. The Helldrake number 1, 2 Disco Lords, and then the second Helldrake. Panning across no man's land, few objectives. Got the Termagants ready to jump out. You have an Exocrine, the Hive Tyrant, a second Exocrine proxy, then the Exocrine with the extra ability Termagants, and then the final character. We've got 4-5 blips, so there's one of the blips here, 1 blip hiding in there, and then 3 blips on the front line, which may disappear at some point. And we're ready to go. So these are the defenders, and these are the attackers. Now the seize roll. Can I please have a dice? Now is the time. Ooh, it's a 3. So it is the Forces of Chaos, turn 1. So where's the presence of the heretics? Looks like it's summarized by 1 squad of Marines jumping up to hold a bit of position.
Where's objective 4?
I think it's this one.
That one? So I'll discard that one.
Oh, you have that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to assassinate. Can I really kill him?
The Helldrake and the Chaos Forces have done a tactical retreat, as they like to call it.
Actually, I'll discard assassinate.
They didn't want to face into the Exocrines down this corridor of death. So they're all backed up. The objectives for this turn is secure objective 1, which they will get. Defend objective 6, which they're well on the way to defending. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. And the third objective, which is in play, is to secure objective 5, which is over here. So no first blood, but it's a reasonable start to the objective counts for the heretics. Now turn 1, Genestealer Cult. So the bikers have Feel No Pain. Turn 1 objectives for the Genestealer Cults: scour the sky, so kill one of the Helldrakes behind enemy lines and secure objective marker 1 and scour the skies. I'm going to keep these 2, and then the other 2 were actually, which I'm discarding, are the ones to go after this objective. So it seems like there's a lot of interest in something going on this side and other movements. So after the movement phase, you've had a real spreading out of the Genestealer Cult neophytes to create this zone where the Obliterators and Terminators can't deep strike, so they're really spaced out. They're also going to contest this objective to prevent Forces of Chaos securing their objective 5. The Termagant squad is 6 on their advance and have spaced out in the middle to again push out the deep striking of Blitz. This Exocrine has stepped up to try and take some shots. I'm not sure exactly who at, potentially the Bikies, or I could even go for an easy first blood on the Cultists, but I'm sort of leaning towards the Disco Lords because the Bikies have this Feel No Pain, which would prevent me from putting too much damage on them. So on the other end, let's have a look. what have I got? So my objectives are quite challenging at the moment. I've got to come all the way up here and also get someone behind enemy lines to score anything. Then on this side I've got a squad of termagants. Again, they rolled I think a 3 in their advance to really clamber all over this structure and push out the deep striking unit. I think what I'm doing here is really setting up his blitz to potentially only be able to deep strike into this pocket and try and take out my Heart Tyrant, who isn't a hugely expensive resource. So even if he brings him in, because here the blitz will be quite unprotected from Hellrex, who are all the way sort of in the middle and on the other side, so it might be able to divide and conquer. So here we go. There's a lot of deep strike denial over here, so nothing can really come in behind my lines. So it's all about board control, which I'm really trying to achieve in this. The Sanctus has taken a step back, so he's done his role, which is really scared his demon prince, and now he's hiding, waiting for his moment, really. So that's turn 1. So as part of the Tyranid Cult psychic phase, I've cast Catalyst and Maelstorm, which is one of the psychic awakening powers. Both have gone off successfully, and these have gone off on the Exocrine. So this one is now fully buffed, and I've popped 1 command point to allow him to shoot, which is shoot as though he hasn't moved, which is also a stratagem from the Psychic Awakening books. So starting off the shooting phase, it will be my Exocrine taking a shot at the disco load at the front. The command point has been popped to reduce my AP by 1, so it becomes AP -2, so that unit will get a 4-up save rather than a 5-up save. So here's the shots. Hitting on 3s, 6s count as 2 hits, and 1s, oh no 6s, that's terrible. 3 2s, it's not a good shot. Rerolling the 1s, yep, so the psychic power doesn't give any additional shots, so that's still 9 hits. So it's toughness 7, so it's 3s to wound. Okay, so that's a pretty good shot. So I have over here got 2, 4, 6 wounds at -2 AP, 2 damage each.
So 4-ups?
Yep. So 2 go through, so that's 4 damage into it. Pretty good. So at the end of turn 1, no first blood. So it's been very, very quiet. Lots of deep strike denial and a stratagem play to keep this unit in play. So you've got 8 wounds left on the Disco Lord, who's the second in charge, and it's time for Iron Warrior's turn 2. Let's draw some objectives. You scored an objective as well, didn't you? You scored defend, objective 6.
Yeah.
So you get 2 points. Are those your first 2 points?
I get secure. I think I'm secure.
You had secure as well, so that's 3 points. So that is the Iron Warriors in the lead, 3 points to 0. Iron Warriors have picked Supremacy, which is score D3 victory points if you hold any 3 objectives, which should be pretty straightforward because there's one held here, there's the second held here, and the other objectives are secure objective 5. So basically they'll be dropping in, clearing out this unit, scoring D3 plus 2 objectives this turn, which should be pretty straightforward with these group of Iron Warriors clambering over this hill formation to get that very important control node, perhaps to let the obliterators deep strike the following turn.
Yes, perhaps.
Expected, the Space Marines have scrambled up to secure that objective and score the 2 plus D3 victory points, and there's been a general shift up, still maintaining denying, and the 2 lords. So this guy's on 9, it shows 6 at the moment. Let me put it back up on 9 because he healed 1 point. And woo, someone has arrived from Deep Strike. Is the Blitz. The feel no pain has been applied by the Demon Prince onto the bike unit.
Right, so they can reroll any of their 3 dice, not to 8 now.
Okay. So your blades are going into the catalyzed exocrine at the front. See
So
what happens.
strength is, so I'll reroll that. So strength is
7. isn't it?
7. Minus 1 AP, so I'll reroll that. So it's cocked. Reroll that. So
Ooh, it's not looking good.
Looking good. 1 damage, so I'll reroll that. 3 damage.
3 damage.
At least that's
At least
decent.
it's going to do a bit of pain on him. But
And then I'll,
strength 7
now I'll
minus
have to do
1
1
AP.
command point for veterans. So down to 7.
So another command point's been popped, so that's 2 command points. So it's +1 to wound.
Yeah.
So you'll be wounding on 4s rather than 5s.
So 18 shots.
Here they
Hitting on
come.
3s. Rerolling 1s. And then wounding on 5s down to 4s.
Yep.
On 4s. So that is that many wounds at -1.
So it becomes 4 up saves. Each of these does 3 damage.
Yeah.
And then I have catalyst saves. Oh wow. So that's 3 going through. How much would it be?
9 damage.
So there might be, it's probably worthwhile to do 1 command point reroll.
Yeah.
Yep, so that still fails. So that means 9 damage. So, saves on 5 up. Ooh, it's not too bad actually. So that's only 4 damage which goes through.
Oh, no.
5 saves, so that's down to 8 wounds.
Yep.
Okay.
So D6 automatic hits. Ah, damn it. 2. So wounding on 2s. So 2 wounds at -2.
2 wounds at -2 on the hunkered down Little Sanctus. Has been employed. Let's see.
Alright, so strength is, so I'll keep that. So I'll reroll that for free. So
Oh, -3.
And then 3 damage.
Oh, this is probably game over for the exocrine.
And then strength is 8.
Yep.
+1 to wounds, so wounding on 3s now.
Yep. It's pretty strong. I mean, so
-3.
So 6 ups. This is probably game over. So that's quite a lot. 3 damage each. I'll just roll this many, and then 3 times this many.
Yep.
5 ups. So that's already for 6 damage. He's got 2 left. 2 left. And he's dead. We explode. Yep. And he kills the little chimpu next time. So that's the end of the first exocrine. At the end of the turn, the Heldrake has done 3 wounds on the exocrine, who did 2 in return and locked him up. I've got 1 of the neophytes here. This squad has secured 2 victory points and supremacy. So I think 2 was rolled for supremacy, which means the lead is now
7.
7 points to 0 going into Genestealer Cult and Tyranid turn 2. Cards for Genestealer Cult in turn 2. Claim Dominion, which I'm going to try and take over this objective. Scour the skies and hold the line. So hold the line I will get, and scour the skies I'm going to try and take down this Heldrake. So at the end of the Genestealer Cult movement phase, the Neothrope stepped up to scour the skies. Exocrine's fallen back. Probably want to position them like this so that we can see what's going on down the field of fire. And you've got the Hive Tyrant stepping up and that exocrine staying still. I've got 1 unit deep striking there and another one deep striking here. Ambush from shadows, which means I can strike within just outside 3 inches to take over this objective and score the claim dominion. So I should be able to score all 3 of them this turn and get some points back. So Psychic Phase, the catalyst went off, but he mortal wounded when he was trying to uplift the Exocrine, and then 2 smites went off to put 5 wounds. So the Helldrake is down to 5 wounds now. After small rounds fire, we've removed one of the Marines with the cultists who have dropped down, and we've put another wound on the Helldrake, not by the Hive Tyrant, but by those cultists. So now we have the first round of the Exocrine shooting at the Helldrake. 6 shots, hitting on 3s, re-rolling once.
So I'll plunk him up. But then can you decide to put the other shots in him anyway?
Yes.
That's fine. I'll do it.
Okay. So hitting on 3s, rolling once. So 2 2s, it's not great. And wounding on 4s. So that's 3 wounds at -3.
5 up. No, he's dead.
So he's just dead.
I don't think he wounds, but I'll just roll it anyway.
So that's the Helldrake hitting on 3s, rolling once. So 3 2s. Oh god, it's a terrible roll. So I won't be able to kill the squad. Let's see what they do. Yep, so that's 2 wounds at -3 heavy.
So 5 up. 2 die.
So 2 more Marines are dead.
So 1 and 2.
Now I've got Scour the Skies, which is 1 victory point. I've claimed Dominion by taking over this objective. So it was useful to bring this squad in, otherwise it would have been 1 model each and I wouldn't have got the claimed Dominion. So that's D3 victory points. So that's 2. So that's 2 plus 1, and I'm holding the line with 3 units and 4 victory points for the cult. So the Forces of Chaos have overwhelming firepower, which should be possible with a few basic units behind enemy lines, potentially the Helldrake coming through, and secure objective 1, which is all the way back here. So there's been a charge over here where the Helldrake has taken 2 wounds. The Hive Tyrant's been battered from 9 to 5 wounds, which was the Bikies firing, and also who else fired at them? It was the Helldrake also fired at them?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, so those 2 units. And did the Terminators fire at anyone? No, and then the autocannons. And the autocannons from the Disco Lords. Cool, so only 1 charge. Obviously the little protection has disappeared under a bit of firepower. So let's see what happens.
Alright, cool. So charge range is 6.
So you can go wherever
It's a
you
flyer,
want.
so it should be fine just to go
Yep.
like this. Like that.
Yep.
So just engage both of them.
Yep.
Cool. And then he'll put all his attacks into your small guy.
Yep.
So it's 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Hitting on 2s because you're a flyer.
Yes.
So hitting on 2s. Then wounding on 3s, I think. 1 wound. That's -1.
So 3 up save. That's fine.
Sure. Give it back.
Put it back. I don't think we need to. Objective 1 was secured. And overwhelming firepower with 2 kills, 1 additional point, and behind enemy lines. So that's 3 points in total for the turn. So the total lead is now 10 to 4.
Yeah.
So I've used 5 command points to deep strike a group of 20 acolytes, acolyte hybrids who have shot into the unit of cultists who were screening, and now that screen has been removed. So you've got some of these Terminators and bikes a little bit exposed for the rest of my team to come in. At the end of the cult movement phase, we've had 1 acolyte unit, 2nd acolyte unit, the Warlord with his entourage all appear over here. You've got a Kelemorph looking down the barrel, and we've got a Icon Ward, Clamorous, and a Primus. They're all facing into the Terminators, the bikes, and hopefully trying to do a bit of damage here. The cultists have moved up, the 2 characters have deep struck, and that's pretty much it. Leaving the Helldrake for a few smite actions and maybe a hand-to-hand charge. Let's see what goes down. Okay, alright. At the end of the psychic phase, we got a super smite and did 5 wounds on the Helldrake. But then we perilled with this fellow. But he basically shut down the bikes from shooting, which is good. I perilled over here as well, but I was able to pass on the wounds to 3 of the acolytes. So that's the end of the psychic phase, plus my exocrine has been beefed up as well. So we've got the powered up exocrine going into the second in command Disco Lord, who's down to 10 wounds. He's popped a stratagem, which means the -3 becomes a -2 AP. So I'm hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, and 6s are 2 hits. So 12 shots. Okay, so there's 3 1s, check and reroll. Okay, that's pretty good. So I've got 1, 2 double shots. So this was a fail, so I'll include that here, plus 1 more shot. 1 more hit, sorry. Which means I've got 13 hits from 12 shots. And now these are wounding on 3s because toughness is 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are wounding on 3s. I need this, come on. Okay, that's not great. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 at -3, which becomes a -2.
Yeah, so 4 ups.
Die.
I think he's
Go on.
So he's taken. Yeah, so he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. It just dies. Nice.
Does he explode? No
And
explosions?
he doesn't explode.
Okay, so that's been precision. So, summary of the shooting so far. So the Hive Tyrant had removed a single Marine here. The Exocrine shot at the Disco Lord. And then these Hand Flamers really shot quite poorly. 40 shots, whereas on average they should get 70 shots. And there's 1 Marine standing. And now the Kelemorph is going to draw a bead on the character so far, which means there's further hits coming down. I think he's pretty dead. Okay, that's 1 miss. Now these are all wounding on toughness is 4.
Yeah.
Wounding on 4s, the black ones are rerolling to wound. So black ones reroll to wound. Okay, cool. So which means you have 4 saves at -2
Yeah.
and 5 saves at -1.
So the -2 ones first, so it's a 4 up. And 2 damage each, yeah?
Yes.
So he's already
He's
dead.
gone.
Nice.
So these are the axes first, which are the acolytes initiating into the terminators. So these are hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. So the squad which I would have activated his special power on is the terminators, which means I'm rerolling 1s to wound against them. Okay, so let's see. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, 2 1s. So that's all hits. So these are now strength 8, which means wounding on 2s, rolling 1s.
Yeah.
So reroll these 2 1s. So that's 8 -4 AP, 2 damage each saves.
So 5 ups.
That's pretty good.
3.
Yeah,
So 5 and 3.
5 and through. Which means there's 10 models still left.
Say 5 a bit.
Okay, so 10 models, which have 2 attacks each, is 20 attacks. These are also hitting on 2s, rolling 1s. These are Rending Claws. So let's roll. So rerolling the 1s. Yep, they're all hit. And strength 4 means force to wound.
Yeah.
5s are interesting. 6s are interesting, because they're rending. Okay, and then they're re-rolling the 1s. So 3s to wound and re-rolling 1s. Okay, so remove the 2s and 3s. Okay, so I've got 3, 4 at -4 AP. And 2, 4, 6, 8 at -1 AP.
2, 4, 6, 8. So these are 5 ups. So there's 3 more dead, so there's 2 left.
No, but not 3 dead. 3 more wounds.
Ah, they're not 2 damage each.
No, these are
Okay,
one.
so these are 3 wounds already, and then these are 3 up saves. So they're all fine. So 3 more wounds, which means 1 more dies. So 6 dead, 6.5 dead.
So now I've got my cultist knives. These are no AP, so they probably won't do much. 2s, I mean, yeah, 2s, rolling 1s. And 4s, rolling 1s. Okay, so that's 5 more saves, no AP.
So 5 2 ups. Die!
Yes.
Cool, so you kill 1. So that's 7, it's only 3 left.
3 left. So the next model to engage will be the Warlord into the Terminators. So he's got 7 attacks, hits on 2s. All hit, and these are strength 7, so wounds on 3s rerolling. Okay, so it's not too bad. Okay, cool. So you've got 6 D3 damage,
Yeah.
minus 3 AP, and 1 flat 3 damage.
Alright, so the 6 at D3 damage, so minus 3 AP.
Yep.
So 5 ups. So that's 6 D3 plus.
So 1 dies.
So 1 dies, and then 6 D3.
So even if I get 1 damage,
Once, yeah, they're dead.
so that's the Terminator's gone. So 4 attacks. Here's the Hive Tyrant going into the Helldrake. Let's see what he can do. Hits on 3s. So 2 hits.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. And strength is 6. So 5s to him. But rerolling because monstrous silent talents. So rerolling. Cocked.
Yeah.
Let's say it's cocked. Yep, 1 wound at minus 3 AP.
So 5 up.
So D3 damage. Here's the big roll.
Can you do it?
Oh, just 1. In summary, been able to deep strike, clear out using my 5 command points, cleared everything out here because of the Kellamorph. Oh, just 1 guy left. Actually, you want to do a morale for him?
Oh, yeah.
Well, little mister. But he's fine. So there's a bit of a presence here, but we know how quickly these guys melt. And taken out the Terminators, so 10 Terminators gone. But his Blitz are free to do some damage. And I can't believe the Helldrake is still alive. But let's see what happens next. Let's see the objectives. So I think I've scored, secured. Oh, I didn't. I should have.
Yeah, what were you going to do?
I was just going to keep one of the guys here actually.
Oh, yeah. Just keep
So I'll secure 2 by having a troop choice there.
Yeah.
And Blood and Guts. So I think I killed 1 model or 1 unit in the hand-to-hand phase.
Yep.
So I score Blood and Guts. So 2 points.
Nice.
So that puts us, I think, at 6 to 10, was it?
Yes.
Okay. So it's turn 4 and time for the Iron Warriors to lock in the lead. They're going for the no prisoners, which is kill 6 or more enemy units to get D3 plus 3 victory points, which is tremendous. Master the warp, score a psychic tower, and defend objective 2. So defend objective 2 is right here. So basically the bikes just need to stay there and survive whatever shots the exocrines throw at them. And the rest of the heavy hitters are turning in this direction towards these scared looking cultists who really should have, on a re-rolling 7, been able to make it into combat and done a bit more damage than they have been able to. So this is probably going to hurt. Oh, look at someone, cheeky little poking his head out. So both the Warlord and the Demon Prince have some work to do.
The 11 minus 2 AP, 2 damage. So first round they'll put into this card over here.
Oh no.
Let's see, how many shots? 2.
Oh, if only I had some command points.
So hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. Deadly. boost to one. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 wounds at minus 2 AP.
And how much damage?
2.
So these are basically just feel no pains then. So 6 up feel no pains. So 1, can I get another 6 in a row? Nope. So that's how many dead? 9?
9.
So that's 9 dead. Okay. The 2 squads of cultists have been decimated by the Oblits mostly, which means the characters are looking a little bit naked. The bikes have decided to hold their position to secure this objective 2. The Oblits have charged in, the Lord has charged in, Demon Prince wants to take on the Warlord, and Disco Lord's going to do a bit of cleanup back here. And no one charging into here?
No.
Doesn't feel brave? Okay, let's see what happens now.
Alright, cool.
Lord,
3 hits.
gone in.
2 wound. So that's 3 wounds at minus 2.
So no saves. What's
2
the damage?
damage each.
How much?
2 damage each.
Okay, so into the banner guy, right?
Yeah.
We're at 6 ups. Nope, that's dead. The banner guy's gone.
And the other guy, again, 3 more attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s with Demon Prince. And boost 2 wounds, so again 3 more at minus 2.
So no saves. So that's the Clamorous gone. Wiping out the characters.
So hitting on
Here
2s.
comes the Demon Prince.
Rerolling 1s. Okay, that's all hit.
Turning around.
3's to wound here. Die! Oh my god. I should have used veterans or something. So only 4 wounds.
4 wounds. 5 up saves.
2 up, minus 2.
So he's got a 5 up in one. Come on, can you do another 6s?
Nope.
Oh, he
So he
saved 2.
lives.
So,
Yeah.
how much damage each?
2 damage each.
So, you don't have anything else to attack, right?
No. I mean, the
So-
bikes haven't, but.
So he'll take those
Nothing
2 attacks. So he's down to
Hmm.
2 wounds. Warlord taking a bit of revenge on the Oblits. He's gonna go in with 7 attacks. Hits on 2s. All hit. And wounds with strength 7 on 3s. Rerolling. Okay, rerolling this one. It's gonna hurt quite a lot. Okay, so there's 4 at D3 damage each.
Yeah.
And 3 at flat 3 damage each.
Okay, so 3 at 3 damage.
Yep.
So 5 ups. 2 go through, and then these 2 go through. So 2 at 3 damage each go through, and 2 at D3 damage.
So 2 at 3 damage means 1 guy dies.
1 guy dies.
And then 1 at D3 damage.
Yeah, 2 at D3 damage.
2 at D3 damage.
Yeah.
Do they have 3 wounds each?
They got 4.
Okay. So 3?
So he dies.
Okay.
Just kill 2 bullets.
2 hits. Nice. Pretty effective.
2.
Alright, so that means that the Genestealers have somehow clawed onto this corner of the table, but another couple of, 1 more round, and I think that will be it for them. And what objectives did the Iron Warrior score?
So I didn't get Master of the Warp.
Okay.
And for no prisoners, I killed 3. How many units did I kill?
You killed 3.
3?
Yep.
So I get D3. So for that one, I get 2. So I go 2.
The movement phase, I've had a bit of movements. Kelmov's fallen out of combat. They've all stayed in combat other than the Primus. Over there were a couple of smites, a super smite coming in to the bikes, killing 3 of them. The Helldrake went down to the Hive Tyrant, and a couple of wounds put through smite on the Lord as well, who's down to 2 wounds. So time for the shooting phase. After the shooting phase, the Helldrake went in the psychic phase, and the bikes have disappeared in the shooting phase. Plus cleared out the Marine over here, and that's about it. So let's see what the Warlord can do in hand-to-hand. So the Obliterator hung on and did 1 wound on the Warlord, and the Lord disappeared as well as the remaining cultist. So the Warlord's a bit exposed there.
It's a defend objective 5.
Oh, which is on that side.
Up there. Witch Hunter, and then secure objective 6.
Okay, so 6 was
I
here.
think
It's here.
it's there. Okay, so at least I
So I think you get those.
yeah. But defended 5 will be pretty hard.
Yeah, because I can probably blow you off.
So I'll try and get these two along with Master of the Warp.
Plus you can get Kingslayer, so this is going to be... Oh, Warlord kill. So this is going to be reasonable turn. Turn 5?
Yep.
Yep, okay, let's do it. Turn 5 movement phase. The Demon Prince has stepped up to clear the back lines. The Warlord has stepped up to put the finishing touch on the Patriarch, and the Blitz step back. And the Marines are moving up to the middle of the board to try and secure, to try and defend 2, and then defend 5 on the other side. Okay, cool. What's happening?
Yeah, cool. So he'll shoot into this guy.
No psychic?
Oh yeah, cool. So I'll cast Smite. Because of concern.
Try denying it. Deny it on an 8.
Damn it. It's a victory point as well that you denied me.
Yes.
So then he will shoot into this guy, hitting on 2s. Wounding on 2s. So 2 wounds at -1.
So I have got a 4 up now. Yep, save them both.
Okay, cool. And that's... These guys will shoot at that guy. Oh,
Okay.
no, they can't.
Ah, they
because
can't.
He's
Yep.
in the way.
Yep.
Okay, that's it. So, no, he will shoot at these guys.
Okay.
So, hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds at -1.
6 ups. Nope, 2 die.
2. Charge phase. He'll go into him.
He's
He'll
in.
go into them.
All of them.
Ah! Sorry, I didn't see the character. Yeah, I'll go into all.
Okay, cool. So let's have a look. The attacks have come in. 2 wounds on -2. So 5 up in once. Wah! He made it 1, and he had 1 wound left. So he's gone. That's Warlord kill.
Nice. So we put 6 stacks in the character.
Yep.
So hitting on 2s, and then wounding on 2s. So that's 2. So 6 wounds at -2.
So I don't think he has a save. So that is the character dead.
And then 2 attacks into the squad. Rerolling 2, so 2 more wounds at -2.
So no saves. 2 guys dead. So that's 4 dead in the squad so far.
Alright, and then over here,
Yep.
the 1 guy attacks, hitting on 3s. Yes, wounding on 3s. Ah, 1 wound. Ah, damn it.
He's gone. He's gone. He tried to stand up, but I think the right thing to do was die.
Secure objective 6.
So there's Witch Hunter, which went off, and then
Secure objective.
Secure Objective 6, which is
the one over there.
the back one. Yep.
So
So that's 2.
And then +1 from Slay the Wall.
Slay the Warlord. That's 3. So this Exocrine has advanced to secure this objective, and I'm securing 4. Over here, this Exocrine has advanced to have line on these guys and him. And this Neothrope has come up here to also have some smite range on these guys. So let's see what we can do. So turn 6, we're going for Master the Warp, which should be possible, just a smite should do it. Secure objective 6, which is again in the back rank, and Blood and Guts. So that will be harder to get. Oh, it's possible. It's definitely possible. So this could be 3, because the Primus is looking a bit exposed with the Warlord. Ooh, that could be deadly. So this is probably Smite.
But I don't want to kill him. I want to kill him in combat.
Ah, so you want to get Blood and Guts here?
Yeah. I want to try because I don't want to leave this guy over here.
Ah, okay. He's a bit exposed then. Yeah, that's true.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to go with.
It's almost like he's setting that up as a trap, isn't it? He's like, come get me, I'm all on my own. Come on, Lord Discordant. Why are you scared of me? I'm a little guy. Genestealer Cult, always full of tricks.
36.
Because in the background is the Exocrine lining up.
So I'm make sure I'm outside of 36. I'll just go back here.
Here's the Lord Discordant doing a tactical retreat.
Okay, cool. So he's gonna cast, and then he'll just sort of move to there.
Fail, double one. In peril.
So he needs to get 6 here. Goes off with 6.
Oh, he gets it.
So he gets feel no pain. I'll put it on himself. And then he charges him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead. Yeah, like 8 attacks. Just get rid of him. Cool. So, so I got Blood and Guts, Secure Objective 6, and Master Duel. So I got 3 points.
Oh, that is the easiest 3 points you will imagine. Turn 6. The Tyranids, Genestealer Cult are a bit out of position with the tactical retreat by the Disco Lord and the Demon Prince with a few Marines holding up at the back. So no shots done, no psychic powers, and that's the end of turn 6. We've got Scour the Skies, Hold the Line, and Defend Objective 1. Where's 1? 1 is back here. You got this one again. Man, you've got like so many 1s and 6s.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
There's the 6s and the 1s.
Alright, cool.
So we gotta go for this flying monstrosity and holding off the line, which will be straightforward. Defending 1 will be pretty straightforward as well. I don't think I can knock you off. So that's probably 3 more points. Ooh. There's turn 7. They have formed a line. They're holding the line. They are holding it strongly. Oh no! What are they thinking?
So they're shooting at him, so 6 shots, hitting on 3s, moving on 4s. So 2 wounds, no AP.
And his psychic field blocks it.
He'll shoot at him, hitting on a 2, rerolling 1s, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds at -1.
Oh,
2 damage hit.
oh no! Here it goes down.
And then he'll cast Feel No Pain on these guys, which I was going to do before, but whatever. So that goes off on these guys.
So,
So that's done. Okay, cool. So I got 3 points. So I got Scour the Skies,
oh nice.
Hold the Line, and
20 to 15.
Pretty close. It was just the unlucky cards you got. Even that's the difference of having like
That's
1
Maelstorm, right?
defend and 1 secure, and me having 1 less secure, and
Yep.
then you would have won this.
That's the trick with Maelstrom. You have to be flexible, and you showed that you were able to
I've got the dodgy like
go back.
long movement guys, but you didn't really have the
The super movement guys.
like the genies and stuff. Like if you had genies
Yeah,
in
they
this
could-
game,
they could have
you
run.
would have just gone straight into my lines in like turn 4 and destroyed everything.
Yeah, it's possible, but the thing is, your guys have such good mobility with the Helldrakes, because the Helldrakes like really basically got all of the Tyranid units, like all 3 Exocrines, just busy on them for the first at least 2 turns, and maybe even the 3rd turn. Yeah, exactly. And by that time, your guys had a really good, strong position on the tabletop. And by the time I got really lucky that my Genestealer guys did as much damage as they did.
But you were unlucky only once, but
Yes, that is true. Only 1 squad came in. So, got to think about how to do that better in the future. That's it. That is the way the game goes. So 22. The synopsis, the post-game synopsis. How were your units? Did they behave as you thought?
yeah, pretty well. Like the Helldrakes were pretty good. Like crazy mobility.
I feel the Helldrakes were like MVP. They really locked down 1 Exocrine at least a turn.
Yeah.
And because you destroyed one of the Exocrines up front with a blitz, maybe I should have vected to keep that Exocrine in the game.
I thought you were gonna vect. Because if you would have vected, you would have had 3 fully functional. You had 2 fully functional Exos.
They could have done a bit of damage. But then I would have had not enough command points to do the deep strike off my
Then you wouldn't have been able to
guys
get
into the back position. But
Like,
maybe
Hermes would.
maybe if I had, but if you had the Termies living and shooting, because your Termies and your bikes never really got to wind up their 40 shots.
No.
They never really got those 40 shots off. And I was able to do that because I got into them
Yeah.
by not vecting and using my command points.
That is true.
So it just goes to show that you really need a lot of command points
Yeah.
with the Genestealer Cult army.
Yeah.
That even with effectively 18 command points plus D3, I
You
still
ran out by
ran out.
turn 4, 3.
Turn 3.
Turn 3, you finished all of it.
Yep, at the start of turn 3. So probably for the cult, the deep striking was pretty good. They actually stuck around somehow. So it looks like in combat they can stick around a little bit, but when the bolt shots came in to the two squads, they just vaporized. So there's really no way that they can survive beyond the initial attack. But the Tyranids, 2 fully fledged exocrines still surviving with the Hive Tyrant, I think that worked pretty well. I'm not sure if the Hive Tyrant really, I mean, he soaked up a huge amount of shots, tremendous amount of shots to go down to 5 wounds, so that was a good thing to take him. And he's not that expensive actually.
Oh, really?
So the basic walking Hive Tyrant's only 143 points,
Oh, what the hell?
plus weapons. So his only weapons are 2 Devourers, which are 7 points each, so 143 plus 14 is like less than 160 points.
Pretty good.
For 12 wounds, 2 psychic powers.
For that many units.
Yeah, and like hits reasonably hard. Only has 4 attacks in hand to hand. But he can do 3 powers and +1 to cast because of the relic. So I think he's a pretty good stand support character in the backfield. So there you go. I think my MVP really enjoyed the Warlord again, coming in, surviving a turn and doing a good punishment. But the execution is